so that you can see the reasons why some of the products failed and why others succeeded. What were the defining elements between those that succeeded and those ones that failed? So then we'll have a Q&A session. So if we have any questions, we'll probably try and answer them today. But if not, we are aware that we can now schedule another session probably tomorrow to tackle any unanswered questions so that by the end of this session, you guys are able to think about a product, know how to define a problem, know how to segment your market, know how to price your product, know how you can distribute your product to the clients, and also how you can reach your customers. And also consider elements like pricing, how you'll be able to do that. So we have Livingston who's well experienced in that, and he works with Jubilee. So I think without much further ado, it will be fair if I could introduce him now, and I could let him introduce himself and take us through the next stages of the session. Welcome, Livingston.
Thank you very much, Lanya and Sanchez, for the opportunity, and the president, Mr. Opio. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share some of the few things I know. So just start by introducing myself. My name is Livingston Makori. I'm the head of bank assurance at Jubilee Health Insurance. I serve the bank assurance bit, so we develop products for banks. I've also been involved in bank assurance for quite some time. A better part of my life. So mostly in bank assurance, each and every bank is coming up with a product, which we in turn are able to discuss internally, agree, and then come up with a product. So I've experience in medical business, general business. I've experience in life. My career dated back in 2012. For me, I'm not an actuarial, as most of you are. I did my BCom in risk and insurance from Egerton University. Later did a master's in risk and insurance, but in between I did introduction to actuarial and maybe actuarial pricing. That makes me somehow an actuarial, to speak your language, but per se I'm in insurance, so mostly. So I've worked in the industry for quite some time. I started off my job as a salesperson. I've done bank assurance. I've been privileged to be a branch manager, a regional manager. I've been privileged to be head of bank assurance at Resolution Insurance, and currently now at Jubilee Insurance, doing bank assurance. So glad to see you. That's my brief introduction for those who may not know me, but if you do want to know more about me, I also do leadership. I've been, when I see the likes of Mr. President and Lanya, I remember my days in campus. I was virtually the chairperson of almost every club that I founded. So I also have been working with the students. I've been in the student union. I retired on Friday as chairman of Alumni Association, a position I've held for 6 years for my university, Chuka University. So I've been partly working with the students all the time, and that gives me pleasure to have this discussion with you. I'll wish to take some time to do my presentation, and it will be just an open discussion. Feel free to ask a question. I'm not a master of everything. I know some few things. The only difference between me and you is age. So let's just discuss as we move on. So I mentioned something I do, again, other than before I go to the product. I'm also the founder of Corporate Career Academy. One of the things that has led me to found the Corporate Career Academy is the need to be able to link students and the industry. I understand you are working so well to score your first class, your second upper, and all the best grades, but you also need to understand what's available in the market. You realize what happens in the market. Whatever expectation we have are different from the expectations you have from the industry. So I've been working with experts and professionals in different areas, in different fields, to bring them to students under the Corporate Career Academy. Since December this year, I've been doing this work for the last 6 years, specifically working for my university. But now, as I left the university and the demand became high, and again with COVID-19, I started running online sessions. So I run online sessions with experts who come to discuss on different topics. I've had people speak about actuarial, speak about data analysis. I know as an actuarial person, you may be interested to do that. I've also had an opportunity to invite managers, GMs, and all that, who come and talk about the industry generally to be able to link you with the industry. So I work with the students, university clubs and societies. I've been able to work with several clubs and societies. To mention just a few, the other time I've also visited Daystar University, actuarial students, to have a discussion with them on careers and even invite guests to come and talk to them. I also work with universities, now around 20 of them, professional bodies who are willing to work with us. We also work with corporates who also support our initiatives. We work with subject matter experts. These are people who are in their own field of specialization who can be able to take you through your career. We also work with the Office of Career Services in different universities. HR firms have partnerships with Brighter Monday and other HR firms who also train students on how to write CVs, how to present themselves, and some soft skills. We also work with alumni associations to help them again link with the students. So why Corporate Career Academy? You realize where our aim again is to give students the 21st century skills. We are working with industry experts, and again, our aim is to ensure that professionals create an hour time to talk to students. So wherever I'm invited for such a functions, I feel so good because I'm doing what I term as corporate career responsibility, transferring skills, ideas, and information to other students. So why did I come up with the Career Academy? One of the things you need to understand that you'll take a half of your life. A half of your life will be spent on your career. So if you make a wrong career choice, then you are likely to suffer, not because the job is bad, it's because you don't have interest in that job. Again, my understanding is that I call you future corporate leaders. The future corporate leaders will be led, the industry will be led by people like you. So it's very important for you to know what the industry requires, what skills are required of you, so that you are able also to connect with the industry and prepare adequately. Again, employers are also looking for individuals who are fit and ready to work, but unfortunately, few of these employers are willing to sit down with people like you and tell you what is expected of them. I remember my earlier days when I was doing my internship at Amaco Insurance. I was given a duty to do underwriting for those of you underwriting. And since I was new, I was able to debit 78 million instead of 7,800. And I remember the GM calling from Nairobi and saying, hey, this time around you have done a lot of business. What happened? Only to realize that it's me who has made a mistake. So unless we give you people time to make those mistakes, it's not very possible for you to come up with a good idea. I'm just explaining this so that people can join in. I'll take the shortest time. Again, the purpose of Corporate Career Academy is to, I understand there's the Office of Career Services in universities, but again, getting experts becomes a challenge. For me, who works with those experts, and as they say, send a thief to catch a thief, I've decided to be the thief in the corporate world, to link professionals with the students, and so that we can have a better understanding of ourselves. So who are we? We are a team of professionals, desirous to helping students and professionals to redefine their career path, reshape their expectations, and acquire the knowledge and the skills they need to compete in the 21st century. So we'll be doing a number of training sessions to be writing, how do you write your CV? How do you manage your interviews? Where do you find a job? What does the job require? So how do we engage people? I usually invite, I have a session called What It Takes, where we invite career professionals and a video about their career, how they chose it, why they chose it, what are the career opportunities and the skills required. So mostly I invite professionals in a given area. Like the other time I had Dr. Koya Kayode from Nigeria talking about now working with Facebook in the US, talking about his career in data analytics and how he found himself in data science. So those are the people who come and talk to students. We've had the GM for Jubilee Insurance coming to talk to students about her career and what's expected in the insurance industry. Again, we also talk to students to know about their expectations. I wish I had time. I could have interviewed Sages to get to know what he understands about his career and what is his future. In future, we are inviting CEOs and managing directors to talk about their careers. We are also doing discussing with career offices of career services to see how do they support career growth in universities. Again, alumni support. Alumni have an opportunity to support their students in their universities. So we also link up with them to ensure they are able to support. So we do weekly engagements with experts. We have quarterly career conference. We were to organize our career conference in the month of July, but now Corona is here. We also do experiential tours. Experiential tours are tours where we involve students like you, like clubs and societies who wish to tour different places in partnership with the Morphy Adventures. But as you tour, we also invite experts who work with you and are able to guide you along the way. For example, if a trip goes to Mombasa, between now and Mombasa, you could be able to meet like 3-4 experts in different fields who can be able to ask now questions in the natural environment. It's always believed, and I borrowed this concept from those who are in CU. When you are in CU, we usually go to the forest to pray. Not that there are no rooms to pray, but when you go to the forest, the natural environment gives you a sense of seriousness. So we have also borrowed that one. We blend our tours with the learning, especially with experts. I will also do business career clinics for students who want to pursue. This one, again, I was a student in the School of Business. So students have a long way to decide whether they are doing this course, or the other course. So we have been doing this one. Finally, how do we deliver our messages? We do CV clinics, we do scholarship conferences, we are doing a career magazine. We have an entrepreneurship summit where we bring in students who have ideas. Again, it's similar to what we are doing. We also have a student TV where we also give students a platform to air their views and again talk about leadership and the challenges they face. We also do leadership training sessions for university students and again clubs and societies. That's all about what I do under the Corporate Career Academy. And by this time, I believe all of us are in. Now I can start the presentation. Is there anybody who is not in? What brought me here today? You can let me know if I can proceed. Tarash Kasaine. Can I proceed?
Yes.
Now, I want to talk about product development. Now, aside from that, that's what brought me here today. But I just wanted to keep you waiting as other people join. What is a product? According to insurance, I've borrowed this greatly from the insurance product guidelines 2018. So IRA came up with the insurance product guidelines 2018, specifying how a product is to be developed. So what is the process of developing a product in Kenya, in the insurance industry? So once you have thoughts of coming up with a product, you are required to come up with the product write-up, do some research to understand if the product is viable, and after you are agreeing that you have a good number of people who can take that product, you present the product to IRA. IRA will go through your workings, especially how did you come up with your target market? Who are you targeting? For example, I'll be drawing examples from what I've done before. I do products for banks and insurance companies from the insurance company. So we are able to segment the bank and see, for example, we want to do a product that is catering for the affluent market. Who is the affluent market? How many are they? What is the probability that we can insure a given number? So those are the numbers we work with together with our actuarial team. So products are in 3 types. We could have a new product. This is a product which has never been in the market before. We are coming with it for the first time. That's a new product. We can also do a repackaged product. This is an existing product that has been enhanced or varied. So you could have a product that you enhance it. It's also called a repackaged product. In all these 2 scenarios, this product has to be presented to IRA for approval. The IRA actuarial team will be able to go through the document and tell you if the product is okay for approval. So when developing a product, what are some of the considerations? For one, when you are developing an insurance product, the product must fall within the ambits of insurance or like a full business. So it must be an insurance product. What does it mean in an insurance product? Insurance is guided by principles. There's the principle of contribution. All those principles you hear about insurance. I know you are not insurance guys, but actuarial guys, but you know the principles of insurance. The law of large numbers. You have to look at the mass at what you are looking at. So the product must fall within the ambits of insurance business or taka full business. For example, if I'm coming up with a product to collect money, a loan product, for example, we can also have a loan product where we say people will be given this loan, they'll be paying this interest rate. That is not an insurance product because it doesn't fall it's not within the armpits of the insurance. Again, you have also to look at the capacity of the insurer to adequately manage and control risk. In insurance, we talk about risk. When you introduce a new product, you have introduced a risk to the organization. So you must be sure that the insurer or the insurance company that is developing the product has the capacity to manage the risk. Again, not only managing the risk of this product, but again, of other existing product. Now, this one brings me to what is called capital adequacy. Capital adequacy is the ability of an insurance company to be able to pay claims when they fall due. So wherever you are developing an insurance product, IRA will be asking you about, do you have the capital, are you adequately prepared to pay claims? Then again, adherence to the principles relating to the fair treatment of customers. Wherever you develop a product, it must relate to principles of fair treatment. It requires that the client must be treated fairly. That's the constitutional principle of insurance currently. You need to treat the clients fairly. Then this is now borrowed from the Insurance Product Guidelines 2018, which is also available for your review. So what are the guiding principles when you are developing a product? There's need for the customer. You must look at the needs of the customer while developing a new product or revising an existing product. I've been involved in both developing new products and revising, and when I go to them, I'll be able to take you through what were the considerations. Now, when you are developing a product, you must look at the needs of the customers. Let me just go briefly there. There could be an existing product. Like I used to have a product called Equimed. Equimed is a product we developed between us and one of the banks. In this product, it reached a time where clients are asking for a limit of 10 million. Our maximum inpatient limit was 500,000. And the clients are asking for a limit of above 500,000. So we revamped the product. We revamped the product to include limits of 7.5 million and 10 million. This was based on the number of inquiries. So that's say needs of the customer while developing the product. Adhere to the best principles of insurance. We must also adhere to the best principles of insurance, or the principles of insurance must be adhered to when you are developing a product. The design should take care of policyholders' reasonable expectations. Again, as you develop a product, what could be a layman? A reasonable expectation is what could be a layman's expectation on a product. For example, when I say I have a medical cover, what does a layman mean by a medical cover? Does it mean they are covered for everything? Does it mean it also includes hunger covered there? So a reasonable expectation must be captured. Also ensure transparency and clarity in wording, terms, coverage, and exclusions. For example, when you develop a product, again, it must be developed within a given framework where there are terms used, there are wordings used. For example, if you are saying targeting farmers in Northeastern, so that the name farmer should be able to be reasonably known. When you talk about a farmer, who do you mean? Is it a pig farmer? Is it a cattle farmer? Who is this farmer? So the wordings, the terms, the coverage. Because now when you talk about the product is for farmers, then we need to be very clear what type of farmers. Again, the type of exclusions. When you are excluding, they must be very clear. For example, war and terrorism is a very clear exclusion, so it must be very clearly specified why there is such an exclusion. Again, design and pricing of the product should be based on the sound and prudent underwriting and actuarial basis. Yes, you also must consider the underwriting guidelines of the insurance company and the actuarial basis. Now, this is where your work comes in terms of pricing and ensuring the product meets the loss ratio threshold. Information relating to the product should be in simple and understandable language. When you talk about, for example, I would also wish to ask some of the few products you know in the market. It's just a discussion. This is not me speaking. What are some of the products you know in the market? I'll just give room to ask a question. Any product you know in the market, or one of the best products you know in the market? Any product, and anybody can answer. When we speak, we know we are on. Vincent Gitonga, which product do you know in the market?
There's the education product by Madison. Yeah, it sounds good mostly for the customer, so I bet it is a good product for our clients.
Okay, is it simple to understand?
Yeah,
What is the name of the product? What's the name of the product?
I think it was called Elimu something.
Elimu.
Yeah, it was.
Just leave it there, Vincent.
Yeah.
You've gotten
Yeah.
the answer. When you talk about Elimu, so the basic layman, when they see about that product, they are thinking about education. This language is easily acceptable and understood by most people. So yeah, that's it. So again, we talk about the pricing and design of the product should be in line with the underwriting policy of the insurer. Insurers have underwriting. I believe you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see it?
Yes, you're able to
Okay.
see it.
Should you have any challenge, you just let me know. I'll stop and make sure everything is clear. Yeah, so there's underwriting principles. Each insurance company, I think now this is better.
Yeah,
is this better now?
Yeah, it's clear.
The pricing and the design of the product should be in line with the underwriting policy of the insurer. Each and every insurance company has to have a clear underwriting policy. What do they take into their books? So when you are developing a product, that insurance company must align it to its underwriting policy. The insurer should ensure that the competition does not lead to unjustifiable price cutting and other improper underwriting practices. So you also need to take into consideration, should there be other people coming into the industry, will it lead to this product being underpriced, overpriced, and all that? Yeah, so again, you need to look at the capital adequacy. I mentioned about the capital required to run for the product, to run the products. What are some of the factors to consider for a product to be viable? Number one consideration is the market. And what is the market? In the market, we look at the market size. For example, when this product by Madison Gitonga, I just want to return you back. I wish you mentioned Jubilee because I work for Jubilee, but no problem. This product by Madison, who is it targeting? If you may know. Or I ask another person. Frederick Ochieng. Me, I'll mention everybody and make sure we are here. Frederick Ochieng. Mr. Frederick, this is a discussion. Ian Nguthi, how are you? Ian Nguthi?
I'm doing great.
Yes, which product do you know in the market?
I know APA Imarika.
Imarika. So Imarika is targeting who in the market? Who is it targeting?
Yeah. Like people with some small operations, small businesses.
Small businesses, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So when you are looking at the product, you also need to look at your market size and your market. Your market, then you go to the market size. Why do we talk about market size? It's the law of large numbers. I know you are actuarial guys, you understand the law of large numbers. The law of large numbers means if you are doing something, it must be adequate enough. The numbers must be adequate enough to support the product. For example, I'm just taking an example. I don't know if you know this. In Kenya, people who earn more than 100,000 per month. The number rose from 2.7% last year to hit 85,000. So only 85,000 people in Kenya in the formal sector earn above 100,000. So in your actuarial assumptions, if you are developing a product, for example, for the mass market, which will be sold at 120,000, and your target market is to reach maybe 100,000 people, then that product cannot be sold in Kenya. Why? The people who can afford that product and they are employed, they are 84,907. So if you are developing a product that could require 120,000, all of those people not buy it. Why would not buy it? Their salary is only 100,000 above. Maybe assume an average of 200. Look at their tax, their disposable income. Very few people will buy that product. So when we look at this product, we see when we are looking at the product, what's our market size? And that's a very big question we ask ourselves. What is the market size? Who am I targeting? Again, are these people able to buy? And if they are able to buy, how much can they set aside to buy this product? Again, to calculate the market size, you need to understand your target customer. Who is your target customer? For your information, guys, not every product is for everybody. Mercedes is for which class of people? I believe it's not for people in this meeting. Is Mercedes for people in this meeting?
No.
No. When the owner of Mercedes is developing the product, he knows his market. My market is the high end. And even look at it. How do we market this product? Because now marketing becomes very key. You know your market size. How do you market the product? For example, if today you have a Tesla, I know there's one Tesla in Kenya. It's a product called Tesla. The people who would buy Tesla are the high end. Then how many are they? The other time I saw research was showing that people who have more than 1 million in their account are less than 1%. Was the 1%, Amma? Who saw that research? I know you are numbers guys. So when you look at the products, for example, in medical business, we have a product we call micro, and micro is determined by IRA as a product where the client makes a payment of not more than 40 shillings per day. Not more than 40 shillings per day. So if someone makes 40 shillings per day for 365 days, that comes to around 14,400. So when you talk about a product like micro, then you need to look at 14,400 per year, or low. When you want to develop a product for the high-end market, you also need to look at where are these people found? Where do I find them even to market? Because the cost of marketing goes into pricing the product. I reached there. Let's go down. So you need to look at the market as the key determinant of your product and see, is this market viable? Is this market for this product? What other products are these guys consuming? What is their lifestyle? The other factors you look at is the demographics and insurance pricing. Demographics, gender, the age of the people who buy this product. For example, I understand a product like, let me use the common products we know. And I want to use for ladies who are here. There's a product that ilikuwa inaitwa kamisi. Zamani. How many of it wear it today? You remember it? Ladies who are here. Who is a lady here?
Yes.
Let me note me. You remember it? Do you wear it nowadays?
No.
But there are people who wear it.
Yes, very few.
Yes, you look at that age. What are that age? Wale wa mama wa zamani. How many are they even as you? If, for example, you are developing an insurance product to insure kamisi, then you look at it. How many people wear that? So you look at them in terms of age. If they're in terms of age, at what age? If age will determine how to market the product and which even mode of marketing you use. Gender will determine even the language you use when you are marketing the product. Occupation, what are the people doing? Those who are targeting to buy this product. Their health status, are they sick people? For example, if somebody is developing a product called a wheelchair, they must be able to know how many accidents happen in this country. How many people require a wheelchair, so that they are even able to see if the capacity could be enough. The same case, if you are developing an insurance product that will insure specifically wheelchair, people who have wheelchair, then you look at it. Is it a requirement? Below, how many people are this? Which premium do you charge them? And what is the frequency of these accidents? Your actuarial knowledge now comes in. The other thing we look at is the socioeconomic factors and the insurance pricing. Socioeconomic factors. The disposable income. Are these people wealthy? Their income, economic status, their religion, ideological influences. Who influences their buying behavior? Their culture, health status again comes as socioeconomic. We also look at the social and the lifestyle pressures and occupational risks. How do they influence their purchase of a product? I want to give you an example. For example, if you are selling, I know currently we sell personal accident for students. Most students in college could rarely be involved in an accident. In college, the percentage of them involved in it is so small. So if you are developing a student personal accident to target students, then you need like a registration to be able to, a legislation to be able to enforce, like what the Ministry of Education did and said, each and every learner must have a personal accident. Then that one now gives you a mileage. But if there are no such accidents, the appetite to buy that product is low. Again, in this one, I also wish to say, what is the knowledge of the people? What is the education level? Education level will determine the type of product you are using, the type of language. How do you market this product? How do you price it? Which language do you use? Will depend on the education of the people who are involved. Then the other thing we look at is the distribution strategy. I've just mentioned it up there. Distribution strategy is how will this product reach people? If you are developing a product today to be sold in the, for example, in Marakwet East District, then you need to come up with a strategy of moving in and meeting those people. How will you meet them? Will it be through meetings? Will it be through radio? Will it be through TV? And is it TV available in that place? So as you come up with a product, you have clearly understood this product is able to fit into this specific environment, and this is the distribution strategy. For example, for somebody who is selling a Mercedes or somebody who is selling a Tesla, they know people who buy Tesla are always found in golf tournaments. So one of the things they can do is to sponsor a golf tournament, and they go and they display their Tesla. A majority of the people will buy. On the flip side, if this person is producing a Pro Box, where do you sell a Pro Box? And let me ask somebody, sikujui lakini, Afizo Budades. Hey, is this your name, sir? Acha niulize Mr. President. Wabwire Opio. If you want to sell a Pro Box, where do you take it? Where is the highest market?
I have okay. The highest market might be probably through friends, like your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's okay. It's like selling like a motorbike, in other words. So like for that, like it's just very accessible, like to find the market that's within your circle.
Maybe what I meant here, for Pro Box, you'll be looking at people who are doing business, especially the Juakali. You'll be looking at people who have farms. They want to go with the Pro Box, their farm. Once they come from the farm, when you always afford kunua pickup, probably you will station your salespeople where pickups are being sold, so that as they buy a pickup, if the price becomes high, then your salesperson can tell them, by the way, do you know a Pro Box does a similar job like this one, like a pickup? And then they are able to. I saw some hand up. I'll wish to answer if there's any question before somebody raised his hand. Yeah, if there's none, you can just interrupt anytime and ask your question. Again, you look at the distribution strategy. How are you going to sell this product? So I'm expecting, as you do your product write-ups, as you come up with your product, show these judges how will the product reach the intended people. If, for example, you are doing a product for border, how will you make sure that it reaches all those border? One of the things that you can also work on distribution strategy is giving maybe a discount or giving commission to referral. So if you use like referral model, then the product may be able to move to the counties because they can sell among us themselves. Who are you going to recruit? What will be their level of experience? All that comes in the distribution strategy. Then functionality, the product should be functional and sound. Functional and sound, this may be used mostly in physical products. But again, when we talk about a service product, it must be fit for the purpose. Fit for the purpose it was meant to achieve. That one makes it a good product. I have been involved in a number of, I'll give you a question to, just time to ask, but I just wanted to mention something before somebody is asking a question. Sorry, any question? Okay, let me proceed. I've been involved in a number of products. In the year 2017, we developed Next PSV product. Next PSV product, this was when I was working with the Resolution Insurance together with the Insure Africa. Insure Africa is an insurance agency. So this product was targeting Uber and the Taxify, the online the online PSV operators. So the mode of selling this product was to ensure that we have somebody seated at Uber office, wherever people come. A question? Okay. Wherever somebody comes in to buy, to register for their Uber, they are also be able to buy this product. The other model of selling this product was to ensure that we have hired owners participate in the process and recruit them as sub-agents. This product virtually succeeded in a number of ways. One, it was an online product, was one of its kind. We were able also to embed on personal accident. We were able to embed on something called loss of use. Should the vehicle be involved in an accident, it's in the garage, the owner of the vehicle should be paid. We also embedded what we call, if you are sick and you cannot be able to serve, you are in hospital, there was an hospital cash. So the embedments made the product a huge success. In the same way, we developed a product, a binder product for Toyosu scheme. This was a product meant for people who buy their vehicles through Toyota. Toyota started a second-hand section of Toyosu. This also achieved great success. The reason why it achieved great success is because all customers will have to come to the bank. When they go to the bank, they have to go and pick their vehicles from Toyosu. So when they pass by the bank, they are given a proposal form. They are even given the sticker. When they go to Toyosu, just to go and pick the insurance. So virtually this made some great success. We also been able to revamp our equipment I mentioned between Jubilee and Equity Bank. One of the reasons we are considering when revamping this product, which I encourage you to ask your parents, or you can also buy. This is one of the best products in the market we have revamped. We have revamped the product to cover for the affluent market. When we were doing the product, we only catered for the middle income people, and then we got the high-end market asking about it. The product was never covering SMEs. We got SMEs interested in the product, so we revamped the product to include SMEs, to include the high-end market, and this has been a great success for us. We have also been able to revamp Defender Individual and the Defender SME. This is a product we do with DTB. Last year, we revamped these two last year. It has also achieved some great success because we were able to understand what do customers want. They want some increased limits. They want some waiting periods to be reduced, which we have done and made the product a very great success. We've also done a product between us. Those are medical products between a Credit Bank and Jubilee. We've also done a very unique product with KCB Bank. Over the years, you could find that if, for example, you are employed, if you are employed today in a given company, the company will tell you we cover M+1, meaning member plus maybe 3 dependents. Let's call it M+3. It means they'll only cover the member, the spouse, and maybe 2 children. But in this world, there are people who are blessed with up to 7 children. And I'm not mentioning Akuku Danger here because it doesn't fit the bill. So there are people who are blessed. So you find somebody has 4 children, and the company is requiring that you give them 2 children. Then somebody asks himself, where do I take these other 2 children? The practice has been before, you go and take another medical cover where you pay premium, and then you cover your children, those 2. But again, the insurance company will be asking, this is a case of anti-selection. Why did you select these 2 and not the other 2? Because normally, if you have 2 sick children, 1 sick child and another one is okay, when you are asked to provide 1 child, you provide the sick one, because you are also transferring risk. So what you have come up with, a junior's product only. In this case, you can bring your child and have cover for the child only. The child only, without being asked to pay premium for yourself. So you become the policyholder, the child become the beneficiary. So this is a product we are rolling out. Actually, it's now ready to roll out from end time from now, where members of the public, staff who are involved in, employed in different organizations, those people who have, for example, a child, I could be staying with a child who doesn't have insurance. Now I'm at liberty to go and insure the child. Even if the mother is not able to pay, we use the mother as the principal, then I pay the premium and the child gets a medical cover. That's one of the products. We've also done another product for senior. Now this again covering the senior citizens only, senior citizens from the age of 60 to the age of 85. Most insurance company will end at the age of 75. And we realize there's a small number. There are around 78,000 people who are above the age of 65. So our product is targeting that number. A majority of these people have already retired. A majority of these people have chronic conditions. So through our chronic disease management program, we are able to develop a product that speaks to their needs. So that's some of the products we have done, and you can find them in the market. You can refer your family members. We've also done a product with NCBA Bank, which is called NCBA Individual and SME. Again, this is a product that covers both individuals and SMEs. It's now already approved, ready for rollout. So those are some of the few products we have done in the industry, and I have been involved in designing those products. So what are some of the things IRA looks at when we are looking at those products? Number one, they have to look at the market, as I just mentioned. And then the other thing is if the product meets the requirements. So somebody will have to go through the policy document. Somebody has to go through the claim form to see that when a client is coming to claim, what could be the hindrances, so that IRA comes in and tells you, remove this, add this. So IRA is very key in product development. And as we even develop this product, I want to refer you to the guidelines, 2018 guidelines on product development. By understanding those guidelines, you'll come up with a very nice product that can be able to win the hearts of many people. I remember when I was a student, I came up with a product. Honestly, I don't even remember what problem I was solving, because again, when you're coming up with a product, you have to have a problem you're solving. I came up with an health product for university students. I don't even remember if I have a file of that research, because if I look at it, I may wish to go to second year. So why am I mentioning that? Because it was not a good way. It's a bad one. When you are doing products, be very clear what problem you are solving. Products are not made for purposes of becoming a product. They are made for purposes of solving a problem. We have seen products that have failed in the market. I know you know them. Just give me an example. I'll tell you why it failed. An example from members, Doti, Sigei. I can see you here. Doti, do you remember any product that's ever failed in the market, an insurance product?
No, I can't, honestly.
You can't?
Yeah, I don't know about them. I only know the ones that have done well.
Which one do you know that has done well?
Okay, generally, like the car insurance sector, I know is thriving. Health, those ones I know they are popular. So I don't know much about other products.
For your information, car insurance products are performing so bad.
Oh gosh.
Health insurance products are performing badly in terms of loss ratios. And the reasoning is very simple. When we are defining these products, we don't look at the target market. And then how sure are we that this target market will buy the products? That's the biggest issue. Somebody will come up with a product and you are targeting people. For example, when we were developing, I was involved at some point in developing a product for Uber and the taxis. And the company that approached me was a group of riders. They wanted us to develop a product and give them some good discounts. But the biggest question was here, who makes a decision on what insurance to buy? Is it the owner of the vehicle or the driver of the vehicle?
The owner.
The owner of the vehicle. So here we are dealing with the drivers who will be fired the following day. But they are telling you how good it is to make a product. So that product never works completely because we didn't have the key decision makers participating in the process. Again, you need to make who makes the decision to buy. Who makes the decision to buy? The person who makes the decision to buy is the key decision maker and somebody who needs to be considered when you are developing a product. So if you look at products that failed, I know there's a time Safaricom and Britam came up with a product, a medical product. You remember the name?
No.
Hey guys, I want to give you an assignment. So who knows it? Who knows the product? I'll give you time to Google. That product never succeeded because there were so many so many openings for people. People who are sick bought the product, and the claims went so high within a very short time. So if you don't have loss control mechanisms, like for example, if I say today I'm starting a product and I say, when you buy this product, you can even buy it when you are in the hospital, we'll pay the medical bill. There's no waiting period. There's nothing. Such a product can never succeed in a market like Kenya, where people are looking for opportunities.
Is it Mtiba?
Not really. There's another one. Mtiba is doing well. Mtiba is just like you save money to buy. Bran, I can hear you.
Is it Linda Jamii?
Linda Jamii. Good. I wish I was closer with you. Ningekunulia airtime, but you can send me your number. I can buy you an airtime of 100 shillings. Now, Linda Jamii was a very nice product. And if you are able to check on Linda Jamii, it was well advertised, it was all that. But the problem was there were no clear controls. And this product flopped completely. It flopped until it was stopped. There was no option about it. If you look at a product like even NHIF, there are very clear controls. There's a maximum you can claim. They have the number of the hospitals you can go. So as you even develop your own products, you need to come up. Don't have seen your hand up. You have a question?
Yes, I do. So my question is, you've said the product didn't do well, but from your from the product development stages, which I've heard, like they sound serious. Now, who is to? I don't say who is to blame, but where is the problem? Yani, how does a product fail because of lack of proper measures? I thought.
Now, insurance operates on the law of large numbers, and the law of large numbers from the Great Fire of 1966. I know you have done the Great Fire of 1966. The understanding is, if 10 of us are insuring, it means maybe 2 of us will get sick, so that the other 8, we can use their money to pay for our medical bills. If we develop a product that will require that, if, for example, in your pricing assumptions, and now this comes to pricing assumptions. When you price a product, you say, we are projecting a loss ratio 50%. We are projecting 10 people will be sick. So if you are projecting 10 people will be sick, then you say, for us to make profit, we must insure 200 lives in the first year. So if you fail to insure the number of lives, since the premium is constant, then your product will end up failing, because the numbers that you have will end up not paying the claims. Take an example of a life insurance product. If today we were to take an insurance product and say, pay a premium of 3 shillings, and we are targeting Kenyatta University students, should any one of you maybe God calls them, will pay the family 1 million. You see, if you look at the Kenyatta University students, you see there are many. So you are saying if each one of them can be able to pay 10, and the previous research has shown we only have around 3 deaths in a given year. So your pricing assumptions could be very clear. But assume, Doti, a bus carrying Kenyatta University students, unfortunately, is involved in an accident, and the 60 students die. Will you be able to sustain that product?
No.
Now, that's where we come and put controls and say the maximum we can pay in any given claim is maybe 3 million. That's a group clause. And say, if we have more than these claims, the maximum we can pay is 3 million, so that it's divided among us, these families. So if there are no such a controls, the product will end up failing even the first month. Because if you cannot be able to meet them at the first month, then you are done. All if students are poisoned, and you didn't say poison is an exclusion. You didn't say accidents by university students should not be carried in one bus. If that one happens, then the product will flop, even if it's a very, very nice product. Those gaps, the small gaps.
Yeah. Okay, now I get it.
Now you get it.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you.
Any question, any clarification? So when again you look at the product, look at how innovative is the product. We are also moving to the technology age. If you can give me a product where you require me to go to the post office to make payment, my premium at the post office, then you are thinking backwards. How many people go to the post office? Of course, that will be a good product where you say all the people go to pick their letters can be able to buy. There's a market, you know, you can be able to tell how many people use the post office. But is post office that important? Nowadays, my letter from the post office, I can write to them and Niwambie, deliver to my address. So those are some of the things you need to look at. Is your product innovative? Is it solving a problem? Is it, how unique is that product as you even come up with it? Yeah, am I done? I'll just give room for questions. Because we spent some time, I will allow you to spend my 30 minutes, 20 minutes, if that's okay. Mumbi has raised his hand. Mumbi Leo, any question from your end?
Hello.
Yes.
I wanted to know how you would go about finding the problems that people have so that you can solve them.
Okay.
And how is the best way to identify those problems?
Wow, thank you very much. Now that takes me to research. It's required that before you come up with a product, you need to do research. And research is one of the ways of doing research is even asking people questions. For example, you want to do an insurance product for students. You need to test the concept and ask even your roommates, your classmates. If today we had a product where, for example, ukipanda bodaboda ukiumia, utalipwa 100,000, and I ask you to pay 10,000, are your classmates willing to forgo 10,000 today to cover that risk tomorrow? Those are some of the things you need to ask yourself. If you find your classmates are in that position, then that's a viable idea. The other thing could be based on maybe complaints. Do you know, like now your complaints at desk in the universities? I know there's a complaints desk. There's where some people come to raise their issues. Are those issues substantial to be covered as a risk? Have they managed to become a risk? The other way of doing a product is to look at a badly managed product. You can look at the market and see there's a product of this nature, but this insurance company has mismanaged the product. If we were able to include, because people will buy the insurance product and they, kwani hata hii hamuku cover, kwani hata hii haijakuwa covered. So if you come up with a revamped product that will be able to capture things that the other insurance company has not captured, then you have a product to sell. Mumbi, I believe I have answered your question.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, research and even comparing competition. But again, you need to ask yourself, is this other competitor in a position to come up with a better product than what I've done? Because what happens in our market nowadays, you see somebody ameanza innovation ya kutengeneza wheelbarrow. The same, tomorrow you'll go to Kiambu and find another wheelbarrow better than that one. So it's now the duty of you to see, are my competitors in a position to come up with a better product that I can do? That can also be one of the ways. And another way is again on financing. For example, if you are developing a product, you look at capital adequacy. If you realize the other competitor is not adequately endowed in terms of capital, then meaning they cannot make those changes. Or they don't have what we call the infrastructure to distribute the product. Then you can make a decision. Yeah, Mumbi, that could be my input. Vincent Kitonga.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question on in an event that maybe a product fails. So, for example, you have done it, and the product is good on paper, and the numbers are adding up and everything. Then once it is out in the market, then it faces, for example, that blow. So, and you have already cost the company a substantial amount of money because during the research and the whole process, which has cost the. So what do you do then after that? After the product has failed, do you now go back and to the drawing board and try to make it better, or do you just do away with it and come up with another?
Wow, thank you, Vincent. So when I started working, I never knew kazi ya manager ni gani. Mimi nilikuwa naona ndio watu wanalipwa pesa tu ya bure tu, hakuna kitu wanafanya. Because I never knew the burden that now managers make management decision. If, for example, a product is performing, it's reviewed to see. And again, IRA has given guidelines, and they also require that you be able to submit annual returns. And with those annual returns, IRA is able to tell if this product is moving in the right direction. And in the event that the product is not moving in the right direction, there's a possibility of stopping the product all the way or repackaging. If you can check out my presentation, repackaging the product. You can look at the weaknesses and see if we tweak this product like this, it will be able to attract these numbers. That's why we even have exit interviews. When an employee is leaving an organization, you ask them, why have you left? So we can do research with the existing clients and even with the people who have been selling the product and ask them, what have been clients asking about? Then they tell you, clients have been saying, if you could increase maternity to 10,000 to 50,000, from 10 to 50, they can be able to access Coptic Hospital. So you realize the issue is all about Coptic. It's the only best hospital around here. You can include Coptic in the panel and go back to the clients and tell them, now you can go to Coptic without adding an extra coin. Then that one becomes a game changer. So you can repackage the product, or you can as well discontinue the product. Those options are open.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Dottie, your hand up again?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question is, you said something about the medical insurance and health and car insurance sector doing really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to understand how comes and why. Other than what you said about like many people getting sick or many accidents happening.
Okay.
Because how is a product so popular and doing so badly, and companies are still offering it, other than me knowing that it is required for every car having being insured.
Okay, Mukwana, I've seen your hand up. Let me the other one.
Now my other question is, when you are making a product, how certain are you? Okay, with the okay, no, just answer my first question so that I think.
I get you. I know what you mean. How certain are you that the product will perform? Eh?
Yeah.
That's why we have taken you to school to study actuarial science, to come and do for us the pricing element. Eh? Because with the data available, you can sit down, do your simulations and tell people, this one will not work or this one will work. Cindy? With the acceptable margins, and say, with this product, it's not likely to work. Let me answer your first question. I want to give you an example. If today I have a car of 1 million and I insure that car, I'll pay like 35,000 shillings. If my car of 1 million is a write-off, I'll pay the owner, I'll be paid. If the car is a write-off, I'll be paid 1 million.
1 million, yeah.
Are we together?
Yes.
So how many cars do you need to insure? How many cars could you insure to make sure that if there are 2 claims, you are able to pay them? So if there are 2 claims of write-off, that could be 2 million. So how many cars do you need to insure to give you 2 million?
Very many.
Very many.
Yeah.
So you realize, by the nature of our roads, the nature of how our drivers are trained, and again, by the nature of people who are not honest, some who will watagongesha gari wakuje kuclaim. The claims are very, very high. The other thing is on undercutting. Normally, a car insurance should be charged like 10%, so that you can require some few cars. But the insurance companies have gone to charge up to 2.5%. The regulator has indicated it should be 7.5%. But some insurers, because of undercutting, and undercutting is mentioned there, they have gone to undercut and they charge a very low price. So by charging a very low price, it means By charging a low price, it means they require so many vehicles, and so many of these will be involved in an accident. The other problems we have, Doti, people who have vehicles in Kenya ni wachache wako na magari, wengine wako na gari ndogo. Najua kuna gari ndogo na gari. Yes, gari ndogo kama Probox, hizi zingine, hizi Vitz. So if a Vitz is involved in an accident, automatically it becomes a write-off because ni kadogo kenyewe.
Yeah.
If most of the people you are insuring have these small cars, then the risk of those vehicles becoming write-off is very high. Unlike somebody who owns a Mercedes, they cannot drive the same way somebody who owns a Probox can drive. You are sure of that.
Yes.
If somebody is driving the Rolls Royce, you know Rolls Royce? Rolls Royce 100 million. Somebody who drives a Rolls Royce drives it with a lot of care.
Yeah.
Unlike somebody who is driving a Probox to pick some potatoes and bring them to the market. So those are some of the factors. Let me come to medical insurance. One of the challenges we have had in medical insurance is the rising in medical costs. Medical cost, the medical inflation is very high. So you could do your pricing and say, if we charge 50,000 and get this number of clients, we are able to pay our claims. But within the first quarter, hospitals revise their prices. You cannot go back to your clients and tell them, now that the hospitals have increased their products, their price, also increase your premium. They have already paid and the contract is completed.
Yeah.
So that means that you end up making a loss.
Yes. Okay, so my other question was, I've just remembered it. Because from our side, when we're thinking of making a product, we're like, guys, tunatoa wapi shida? Like, where will we get a problem to address? So in the working sector, how often, do people have a lot of ideas? So we should just ourselves.
My ideas, I get them from students. Students have a lot of ideas. If only they decide to sit down and think and not listening to Babalo Soja, they'll have so many ideas. King of Babylon.
Yeah.
Ni ngoma gani mpya siku hizi imekuja?
Okay. We listen to different music, so mi siwezi.
Ile kali. Mimi ni mtu wa bongo, basi niambie ya bongo ile mpya.
Ya bongo? I don't know. The ones I have in my head are old.
Old. Now, what I mean is this. For you students, you only undermine your sitting. Ask yourself, Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook wakiwa shuleni, isn't it? Most people have done good things. There are students who I've mentored, and I have two of them. One of the guy is a guy who I found, he had a mind of doing graphic design. I encouraged him to register a company while in college. I registered that company for that guy. That guy graduated and started working and is making money.
Wow.
He can never go to work. The other guy I'm mentioning is the guy called Mofire. Mofire, when I met him, I was speaking to students. I was speaking to students in students of clubs and societies somewhere. Then I met him and he told me he has this idea. I told him, come, we sit down. We sat down, we developed the idea. He started working. He graduated and became the CEO. Do you know how you can get a job even in my organization? Come up with a very nice product. We will call you to come and implement it, and you become the development, the product manager. You not become an intern, you become a product manager.
Product, yeah.
Because you are the one who understands the product. So there are so many ideas. In the working world, there are ideas. Even as students, if you read enough, you interview people, talk to any idea you have, talk to the people whom you think it will affect and ask them, what do you think about this? Do you know we can even do a breakup insurance cover? Yes, there are so many breakups happening in campus. And then you ask them, what could you have lost financially when you break up? I hope I'm not giving an idea to somebody. So I don't know when they will buy this insurance. Is it when they are dating or when they think they can date? I don't know. But just an idea. Is there any financial loss somebody will go undergo? Any question? Are you done, Dottie?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any question? I think I can use this day to answer your questions. maybe, yeah.
Okay, another question on the product maybe team.
Just a minute. Nimekaa kwa giza. I forgot Giza is coming. Just a minute. Give me some few time.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I didn't remember. Niko kwa giza. Yes. You can ask your question, Vincent.
Oh yeah, my question was for a typical team for the development of a product. I'm guessing chances are when you go on your own, it will be more tough when you're trying to solve everything on your own. So I think some things that maybe undermine when you are a student is that in a company setup, you have the financial analyst, you have the people in data, you have all those who can come up with data for you. But usually when you're a student, maybe you have now to find someone who is doing computer science if you have to integrate a technical bit in your product. And you might feel like you have hit a dead end when you, for example, you are in such a position. You might have this idea, but technically you are not sure of how to move on. So what will be your advice on the next step to take after the idea?
You know, Vincent, the only problem we have in this world ni watu kuogopa mambo. Hakuna kitu by the atakuwa. Today, if you have a very nice idea and you come to it to Jubilee, uambie unataka head of business development, you have an idea and you want to see how it can be implemented. You'll be given those resources. If you speak to people who are working, like the brother who have just spoken here, you'll be guided. Even in school, there are people who are good in data analysis. You don't have to do the most complex data analysis for you to come up with a product. Actually, most people who have ever succeeded don't do so much. They do so little in a very clever way. So you have resources around you. You have people who can analyze data. Even amongst you, I know there's somebody who is good in data. Just give them this data. Can you do it? And then another problem we have with our students, now I'll end up counseling you in your careers because I'm a career counselor, is that we are not willing to do something for free. Somebody will ask you, utanilipa? My friend, when you are a student, do most things for free. Because by doing those things for free, people get to understand who you are. People get to know. People get to see your skills. People get to see what you can be able to do. Then they are able to give you an opportunity. So I understand you may lack some 2-3 things, but even at employment, our watu hawako free. They are so busy. By the time you wapate, ni kazi ngumu. So you can still do it. But should you need somebody to help you in data analysis and all that, just get in touch. Tutakusaidia.
Sawa.
Any question from team? Patrick Mtua, you have not spoken. Patrick Mtua?
Hello.
Yes.
I don't have any question. I just came in to get the insight of the product development stages. So I can go out and reschedule my idea and see what I can come up with.
Okay.
As a compliment or just a comment, I believe I've gotten much because not all the time when you are reading the coursework, we are being told what a product development is, and so from this bootcamp, I've gotten the much idea that I wanted. So
wow.
My idea is to go out and come up with ideas, but if there are more questions, I think I can link up so that
I'll give you my phone number. The phone number you can reach me on WhatsApp. You can save this number. Should you have any question that you need to be answered, so let me give you this number so that you can. Actually, I'll project it down there. At the end of it, I'll give you a number. You can always type your question. Where I realize there's a professional who can be able to answer you from a professional point of view, I'll link them with you. Yeah.
Okay. appreciate.
Oh, I'm glad I was helpful to you. Thank you. I'm glad. Any question before I go to finally to conclude on what I was presenting? Okay. So in the absence of any, then I'll just proceed. I finish on this presentation. So I've just gone through the things you need to look at. I just wanted to mention something about the Corporate Career Academy, what I mentioned from above. We also bring in experts from different areas to come and talk to students. And by talking to you, you are able to refine your careers. For you to see me as the head of bank assurance, it doesn't mean I woke up one day, nilizaliwa nikiwa head of bank assurance. I've made mistakes along the way. And if you are able to learn on what I did, what you need to do, and this one you learn from experts. So we've been able to have people from the industry who come and talk to us. The other time we were with the GM, Winnie Njaumbua, the general manager for Jubilee General Insurance. She was able to take us through bank assurance. The video is up there. You can be able to check the video and get to learn. Again, insurance is one of the most and the best growing industry. I know actuarial is somehow constrained because the number of actuarial people required in any company are fewer than the people who work in insurance. Let's talk of underwriting, bank assurance, marketing, and all that. And I've worked with actuarial guys who are so good in that. So if you get to understand where your careers are available, even in banking, you'll be able to be a person of good interest. I know people who do actuarial are also good in data science. We've also been able to involve experts. Dr. Kayode Ayakoye is an expert in data science. He also does a bootcamp for people who are interested in data science. Should you wish to get more information, maybe after watching the video, we can always organize and have a discussion with him. Again, for those in computing and computer science, we have discussions going on. We've also been able to involve guests from the industry. This is the chairman of BIMA Intermediaries. There are so many opportunities within the agency and the intermediary, where you can also be able to learn and get to understand what needs to be done. This one will help you. So should you wish to reach us, reach me, this is now the business we do to support students. You can reach us on WhatsApp through this number, +254, I'm a 0111 445250. Or you could, sorry, let me project it so that you can be able to write somewhere. You can save the number. You write to us, just a text message will be able to help you professionally. Or again, on social media, you can also be able to check us through Corporate Career Academy. This is where it's not, I say we because me and other professionals. If you need a professional in data science, I'm not good in data science. My work is in bank assurance and leadership. So I'll be able to link you with somebody who can talk to you about data science. If you are interested in insurance pricing, I'll get an expert who can talk about insurance pricing. And that's where I think we can be moving to. If you need an expert in brokerage, we have an expert coming in the second week of April from South Africa talking about insurance brokerage. We have already agreed on a time. Our events are online. You can always be able to follow us and get to learn what happens in the industry. So mine is just to, as a parting shot, is to tell you that you are in the right profession. Let me start by saying that you are in the right profession in the sense that actuarial and insurance, as much as people tell you actuarial is flooded, if you are good, you'll always be picked. Even when things are so tough, hata kwa ile soko ya mama mboga, kuna mama mboga kama 500. But somebody will go to a specific mama mboga because they know how to package their products. They know how to speak well. So as a professional and as a student who is becoming a professional, look for ways of earning experience. Don't wait until you are done with college, then you come looking for a job. Then you start sending your mom to your uncle to their friends to look for you a job. Start showing what you can do now. Start meeting the people from the industry. Make the right connections. I've seen some good work that has been done by Sanchez. We held our meeting even in the weekend, trying to tell me what we are doing. Also participate in activities that can give you experience. From where I sit, Sanchez qualifies to work in my office as even a marketer because he knows he has marketed this organization to me until I was able to believe. He wrote to me on LinkedIn and explained to me why we should participate in this. So can you find somewhere you can get experience? If you cannot get experience in actuarial, get experience in doing something that will help you tomorrow. So that tomorrow when you come out of college, you are able to differentiate. It's good to score your first class, and I will encourage all of you to score very good grades. But outside here, my brother, my sister, we don't look at the grades. We look at, are you employable? Are you able to do something more? When your papers are thrown away, what else can you do? When the job does not require papers, can you be able to do that job? That requires communication skills, negotiation skills, ability to talk to people, ability to mobilize, ability to manage people. All those are very important skills. Those that you cannot learn them from books. I usually tell people, experience is not bought. Experience is earned. You earn it by working. You earn it. Don't wait until your school tells you, now go for internship. No, look for internship opportunities. Even while you are in college, look for those internship opportunities. Look for somebody who can even give you time to spend even 1 hour in their office. Look for your role models, people you feel who can to guide you so that you understand where to go. Yeah, that could be my parting shot. Unless there's any question for me, I really appreciate being invited to engage you today. I'm available to engage more speakers should you have time. The only problem I have with the students, they don't have time. They usually don't have time. So if you can promise me you have time, I can be able to link you to a number of people who can help you develop your skills as you even study. Yeah, so I've seen another hand up. Is it Brian? Brian, you have raised your hand up. So that I don't take your time. Brian? Is it Brian? Whose hand is up? Okay, anybody whose hand is up can speak, can ask.
Okay, so my question is,
Kindly proceed. Hello. Hello, hello. Am I getting her? We lost her. Guys, okay.
Excuse me, sir. Could you kindly share the contact again? I didn't get it well.
Oh, you didn't get it?
Yeah.
Let me share again. A minute. She was asking a question. I don't know if it's possible. She can ask again. I don't know where I saved it. Just a minute. I'm trying to share that. You can just write me a text message. I'll be able to save your name so that tomorrow in school is wewe ni nani. All you engage somebody. School is okay. Let me not speak a lot. I want to hear from other people. I'm trying to share this thing in vain.
Yes, I'm sorry, my network imepotea.
Okay, it's okay. Are you okay now?
Yes, now I'm okay.
Yeah, you can ask.
So I was asking, how best would you advise someone to take advantage of this time that we are at home? Because some nilikuwa in the internship, but now Corona is here and I am home. But so what activities can I engage in that will give me an edge? Or
what am I sharing now? I think there are so many things you can do. One, allow me to open. There are so many things you can do to give you an edge. Are you doing something? Are your parents doing anything at home?
And my parents have business.
Yeah? They have a business.
They have businesses, but I don't think I can't go there to get experience.
Why?
Okay, I can, but it's hard. Sasa, like my dad is in construction, those mijengos. My mom, catering and all that. So, how?
Let me give you my experience so that you can also learn. Guys, I'll take your time. If you start talking to me about career, I forget about myself. Let me give you some level of experience. Myself, I started working when I was in class 3. And how was I working when I was in class 3? My father used to do some manual works grind sugar cane. You know, some people make squaringuru. You eat
Yes.
squaringuru?
Yeah.
So my father used to do that. And then during after school, we go help him do it. By that time, nilikuwa naona kama alikuwa anatufanyisha kazi mbaya sana. But I've come to realize he was mentoring us to grow. You need to have your mind engaged. When I finished my college, my sister was selling githeri and kupika chai. That's where I worked for most of my time when I was not teaching in schools. By doing those jobs, you get to understand even needs of those guys. You get even needs, it gives you even some level of, you can even use your mind to professionalize it. Your mom could be doing catering, but you'd be surprised. She doesn't take records. It's not so serious about the records. Why don't you go into that business and even come up with an Excel where she can be able to enter information and she has some analysis if you are good in data analysis? Yeah. Why don't you go there and come up with a method of analyzing? Pole. So if you are able to do that, then you could have solved the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So don't look at it in terms of this business has to pay me money. You don't have to, provided you are able to work from somewhere, provided you are earning an experience. Every experience is very important.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't know what tomorrow requires, so you have a lot of opportunities to earn experience.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Okay. So the other thing you need to look at as you even sit at home, can you watch something that can help you? Get something to learn from experts. I know we'll have time. So guys, today we've had just a look at product development. I'm actually passionate about students and student growth and getting to understand what you can do. So should you have an opportunity, Mr. Opio, before you leave office, should you wish to engage your students more, get some learnings from experts, just get in touch. Okay, guys, we look forward to more engaging sessions. Let's look for another day we'll be able to engage. I really appreciate. Unless there's any question, you can direct it to our number. I shared the number. Do you have any question? 640 52 50. Yeah, you can write to on my WhatsApp 44. Actually, that's my WhatsApp number. Let me just confirm exactly. Let me give you the right number. I have it here. Let me just copy this. Guys, if you have you didn't get clearly, kindly just write to me. I'm available for the next few minutes. I can be able to answer any question. I've sent the number, the YouTube channel. You can also subscribe, check what we are doing. We shall be having our speaker this Monday who are also talking about cybersecurity. Get to learn what people are doing out here, what professionals are doing. Thank you very much. I give this meeting back to the president, Mr. Opio. Karibu.
Oh, thank you so much for that. And I really apologize for the...
That's not your mistake. Don't worry.
Okay, so thank you everyone for your time and for the guests, for the amazing insights and for sharing, taking us through the product development series. And you guys for asking those insightful questions. I believe by now you have a good sense of where you can start with the product development. And it's my prayer that to see all of you, you actually more than around 30. So it will be really nice to see all of you being participating in the upcoming PDC. I believe like by now you are at least able to think of a good idea in which you can present when the day comes. And then we'll continue engaging with you so that to give you guidance on how you can present, how you can come up with your product. We'll mostly make use of WhatsApp and continue the communications. And I believe like there are going to be great products that are going to come out And I also just want to encourage everyone to follow the Corporate Career Academy. As you have seen from the guy himself, it's really a very important platform to engage with in terms like it's going to help you grow, start your career, as well as develop you professionally. So you feel free to connect with them in all of their social media platforms. Feel free to contact him personally, and I believe you're going to be coached and mentored as you progress, not only in your product, but also in your professional. I also want to recognize the presence of the task representative, that is Njiru. He's here with us. I appreciate him for taking his time to join us. And also thank Kevin Lanya, who was the first to speak, for his time also. And all to you guys here for creating time to attend the webinar. So maybe just like a quick information for what like you need to submit for the product competition that you're going to have. So like you'll have to submit a 2-minute video that before like by Sunday of your idea. That this is just be like a backup during the pitching day, so that in case of anything goes wrong, we're able to have your presentation in video already, which we will be able to stream it to the judges. And also you need to have like a 5 to 7 slides that highlights all of your all of their presentation. So that presentation is going to be based on how innovative it's going to be, how feasible, how marketable, and the impact that is going to create. So the impact is the problem that you're going to solve. So basically, in simple terms, is so like don't be scared about the term product PDC. It's just an idea, a simple idea that you want to come up in the insurance or financial industry. So if you go with that mentality, then I believe all that the presenters have touched is going to just sink in well with you and guide you so that you can come up with a very innovative product. So that's it. I know we've taken close to 2 hours, and I believe like this session has really catch everything that we wanted to hear, and I hope that it will commensurate the session that you are to have tomorrow. But if there's going to be a need, then we can reschedule, or we can, if people still feel unsatisfied, you can always do more sessions on this. But I believe from now on, you're at a good point to start with their product development. So that's it, guys. I'm sorry for the hacking that will happen, and I hope next time we're going to be very keen on who we'll be allowing to join in, and who I will be sharing the link, so that you don't encounter the same instances again. So this is a lesson to us, and I hope that the PDC is going to be smooth and with little interaction. And I also just add, if you're not going to present anything, to join us to register for the PDC as a participant or as a presenter. We'll be very happy to have you attend the event. Even for the judges, feel free to attend, feel free to share, to come and be part with us during that day. Other than that, unless if Mr. Njiri will have a word to say before I... Mr. Njiru?
Have the guys gone?
Yeah.
Okay. It was an eye-opening session. Thanks to everyone who made this session to be quite a success. And the biggest thanks and applause should be given to the Corporate Career Academy for giving their resources and their time to ensure that everybody gets to understand about product development, the perils and the successes. Thank you, guys. Let's continue. I think we have a long way to go. This is just the beginning. Sanchez, kama kawaida, kazi mzuri. Asante sana.